I'm Delilah and I'm about to vent, or people who are tend to jump off a bridge, and then you work with them and you help support them, and their life is different, then that's rewarding because you went from almost.
But that's a reward. But do you like the work?
That would be the part that I like.
But you like the rewards. Do you like the work? All right. My fault. I do this a lot, and I hope I'm starting to wonder if it comes off like narcissistic. But the best examples I know is just for myself, and this is just how I talk because I'm trying to relate me. The first person this show's for is for me, and then I hope everybody else relates.
Okay.
Okay. So for me, like I said, working in a psych ward, like you meet a lot of cool people, but I know the day to day and the grind of it wasn't what makes me happy. I think doing this, like the grind of it, like me talking to you right now, this is the work part. Like if this shit wins a Pulitzer, that's the reward. I'll be extremely happy.
Conversations, because my work is similar. I meet with a person, we speak, I get to know about them, I get to know what's troubling them, and I get to offer some advice and some suggestions of how they could kind of deal with those. So it is rewarding. You get to speak to people, and when you have those aha moments when you can see that a person's perspective is kind of turning around a bit based on what you've said to them, I enjoy that because that's me being me, saying the words that I feel like saying, and it makes a difference. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that feels empowering, right? Yeah, that's really dope.
It definitely does make you feel, like you said, empowered. Like, wow, like I have this ability to have this conversation, and
I matter,
and make that impact. Not even I matter, but I have a purpose.
I matter.
Well,
that's what I meant. That's what I meant by it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, like you. I think like working with that community, you could see how a lot of people would feel like they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What in your personal life you feel like is your purpose?
I like to use the verbiage like I do what I want because I do.
Explain that. What do you do that's what you want?
Honestly, any and everything. Like, I rarely have to tell myself no. So that's what I mean when I say, like, I do what I want. Like, a lot of people might wake up and say, like, oh, I wish I could do this. And there's not many of my wishes that are, out of my reach.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like, that's a purpose for me personally. And in my personal life, in my friendships, and my relationships, I think that gives people inspiration to kind of really go for what they want.
Where the fuck does that come from? Because life is crazy. Life is very limiting, very constricting. All right, well, I wouldn't say life. Society is that. What gives you that?
What,
the freedom to... But this is a mental thing.
Yeah.
Because I believe a lot of people have the ability to do it before I quit my job. I don't think I ever thought, like, quitting my job was an option. I don't think making a living off of this was an option. I never thought about it. Just like the wildest dreams. So, like, but there's a barrier and a constriction you have to break through. Like, how the fuck did you do that?
So, I think in my work, I'm somewhat of a problem solver.
Yeah.
So, I think in certain ways, I've seen people come from, this place and turn their life around because they wanted to, in a way, and they had the support and the means. So I don't know if subconsciously me seeing that over and over, like basically people kind of just making the changes to do what they want somehow just inspired me to kind of really go out there and do what I want and get the outcomes that I want. Because how can I be a person to tell people that their life can change, but I don't have the capacity to do things that I want to do in my own life? So
you didn't want to be a hypocrite.
It wouldn't work.
Okay.
And this is why I say, like, my job comes natural, and I think it kind of intertwines, like, my personality and the way I live, and also the work that I do is, like, I'm really able to kind of, get the outcomes that I want. So
were you always so free?
I think so. Yeah, for a while, honestly.
For a while. Okay.
For a while.
So, but I mean, all right. So, but was there ever a time of constriction? Like, do you ever see like an aha moment in your life?
I think my aha moment was I was probably like 20, 21 years old, living with my mom. obviously. And she used to try to enforce these things that I wasn't really agree.
Where's your mom from?
From like we're from here, we're
American?
American,
Okay.
yeah. And she used to just try to enforce things in her household in her way, and I'm just like, I get that. And I think when I decided to leave and kind of do what I wanted to do, and I was able to land on my feet, I think from there that kind of really gave me the motivation to just like keep going.
Okay, so your mom was an enforcer, kind of like a disciplinarian.
In a way, she tried to. I wouldn't even say she tried to put limitations on me, but she tried to make me do things that I didn't agree with.
Can I have an example?
Like, again, like, you're 21 and you're living under my roof, so you're gonna pay this bill or you're gonna do this, and like, yeah, it's reasonable, but sometimes things weren't reasonable, and it was just like, I don't want to do that because I don't think it's reasonable. If I'm doing this already, then like, why are you trying to make me do this? Or like, if we agreed to this, don't try to change it to that. So
just changing agreements.
Yeah, like, so when I realized that, like, it was a situation that I didn't feel like complying with anymore, I left.
Oh, man.